I'm Hokey Joker.
Bat Drew.
Green Lantern.
And welcome to Just Us Pros Podcast.
But I think there's another flip side to this coin of it hurting watching TV show or movies, TV shows. But I know recently they came out with the live action of One Piece. One Piece has got a very rich history. How many episodes does it have?
1086, something like that. I don't know.
Or I never
counting.
watched it. Yeah, but Yu Yu Hakusho recently came out with live action of it, and that the live action is 5 episodes, and you can watch that in a weekend. You can watch that throughout the week, and at the end of the day, you can be like, I want to go back and watch the anime where it explains a little bit more, tells a different story, and I'm sure it is the same with One Piece. Am I right?
Yeah, they did some things with the live adaptation that was definitely different, but it was true to the story while also kind of doing its own take of it.
It's sort of like a big doorway to a huge house, and then you kick in the door if you liked it, and then you can see all these thousands of steps that lead to different levels.
But there were certain scenes like with that I mean, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been the same way. I'm sure DC's been the same way, but One Piece where there's one particular scene where you look at the manga and it's like, here's a scene. You look at the anime, a still from that. Here's the scene from the manga, and you look at the same scene from the live adaptation, and it's like all the same throughout, and you're like, okay, this is cool. Like they definitely had
True
true
continuity.
to the source material.
Yeah, and they may rush through some things, but it also gives you the opportunity. Did you like that? Watch maybe the anime. You know, it's definitely a doorway into that, and you don't have to go back and watch the 1,000 however many episodes of
But
One
you
Piece.
should.
But you should. But
Yeah.
to enjoy the live action, you can do it. But do you feel like you could do it both ways? Could you watch the live action and then go into the anime?
So I started watching the anime when I heard that the live action was coming out. I was like, okay, I've been wanting to watch this, but I've been intimidated the past few years. I'm like, wow, there's like 900 episodes. Now it's 1,000. But I'm like, okay, adaptation's coming out. I'm gonna watch this. So I watched up through where the live adaptation covered, and now I'm 500 episodes in.
And there's 10 episodes of the live action,
I don't remember.
but so it covered that.
The live action covered like the first 50 episodes of the show. So
But there are shows that or movies that to do the opposite. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
We don't talk about that here.
But they are aren't they?
they're rebooting it.
Yeah,
Are they really?
yeah, but like it's a series, right?
It's gonna be a series.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, but who is doing this? Oh wait, Netflix is doing this, aren't they?
Because wasn't Avatar a Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was,
So was it Paramount?
Paramount?
So
Well, whoever's doing it, just make sure that M. Night Shyamalan and Ding Dong stays far away.
What's the twist?
What a twist! Not a good twist. Where can you jump?
It is kind of creepy though, looking in the background and seeing a figure move around, like a dark figure move around.
yeah.
Ghost.
emailed them to Han.
I'm going back and watching through the rest of the Infinity Saga because I had a real distaste for Marvel when it was bought out by Disney. I just was on a I hate Disney kick, and I figured, I'm tired of holding grudges. Let me go back and actually see what the hubbub was about. And I finally watched Ultron, and I actually enjoyed it. I'm finding time to watch Civil War and blah blah blah, and then get to. Funny part is, I already saw Infinity War. I saw it a long time ago.
Yeah.
I never watched Endgame, so I was just like, let me refresh, get back in with the characters, get the bearings for the world per se, and give it a chance. And I have no desire to watch any of the streaming shows. I really don't. Not even Loki, and Loki's one of my favorite characters. It's just one of those things that I have to carve time out to happen. And anymore, I don't even sit at a computer or anything long enough to watch anything. So it's one of those, I can watch it while I'm in the bathroom on YouTube, catch the highlights, and I'm good. I don't want to sit and watch, 20 hours of something. So I'm trying. I'm trying not to be the DC only guy here.
It might be a little older. So,
Aquahung, have you watched? I know you're more of a MCU stan. What have you avoided any of the Max streamings
Not streamings? What do you
like
mean?
Peacemaker, Young Justice? Because I know we watched Young
DC
Justice.
stuff.
I've watched the first two episodes or first two seasons of Young Justice, and I really enjoyed it. How many episodes of Young Justice are there now? Four?
4 seasons.
4 seasons.
Mhm.
4 seasons? Yeah, so I still need to go back and watch seasons 3 and 4. And I watched all of Peacemaker, loved it, just as much as I love that new Suicide Squad. So I'm still like Green Lantern said earlier, if you can tell a good story with good character development, I don't really care what franchise it is. I'll watch it.
But you haven't watched like Doom Patrol or Titans.
No, not yet.
Watch
But-
Titans if you're going to watch either one of those.
Titans. All
I
right.
love Titans personally.
Well, I feel like Doom Patrol's right up Hung's alley.
Yeah, yep, probably.
All right. I'll
Just
try
watch
to
them
make time to
both.
watch both. Yeah, just watch them both.
The beauty of it is, it's not required watching.
No.
Stay
That's-
with the DCU.
that's great.
The now defunct DCU.
Yeah, I mean, because if I think back to, like when Marvel was in its heyday, introducing new characters, like Captain America Civil War was the best example of that. Because they brought in Black Panther for the first time, Spider-Man for the first time, and you got to see Ant-Man grow into giant like Ant-Man for the first time. And like they all handled that so well because every character got enough screen time. You didn't have to watch a streaming service to know who they were. They all got a proper introduction, and then Black Panther got his own movie. Spider-Man got his own movies. I mean, that's the way to do it. That was top notch, high quality. And like Daredevil, like all those Netflix Marvel shows were streaming at the same time, and they had like a little hint in like Daredevil, for instance, they referred to the incident from Avengers 1 that happened in New York. But other than that, you didn't really even need to know what the incident was to enjoy Daredevil. And that was a really strong series. So that's the way they need to do
Street-level
it.
heroes too. They were
Yeah.
street level heroes.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, if Marvel can go back to kind of that, telling good stories that aren't mandatory, but you can have a little Easter egg here and there, that's the best way to do it.
yeah.
I did enjoy the Punisher series myself.
Oh,
That one I did watch.
very
Yeah,
involved.
and Punisher got introduced in Daredevil season 2, and they did a great job introducing him there, and then he got his own show. So,
But
if
you
they
never
can
felt
keep
like I was gonna say you never
Sorry.
felt like at any point they were gonna jump to the Battle of New York or Ultron or
Yeah.
Endgame.
yeah, they don't need to. They're telling perfectly good stories in their own
They got
environments.
their own crap going on.
Yeah. I mean, Daredevil, the Netflix Marvel series of Daredevil is probably still my favorite thing that Marvel's done so far. Like, even with all the movies and stuff.
I really liked Luke Cage out of all of those. That was my favorite.
Luke Cage was really good. Season 2 was amazing.
Ushanasta.
Jessica Jones. I don't know why. For some reason, that was my
I know why.
number one. Okay, maybe you know why.
And
Ooh.
can we all agree that Iron Fist was terrible?
Yes.
Oh, so bad. So bad.
Oh, I had high hopes for Iron Fist.
I made it through the first
Me
half of
too.
the first episode.
I
Okay.
really, I
I-
really like. They made fun of it in Defenders. They made fun of him so hard, but as much as I agree, it was not the best. But I had fun watching Iron Fist season 2 more than I did season 1. Definitely,
I'm
Season
Dan.
2 was a lot better.
yeah.
But even still, it
They
wasn't
had
up
their
to the
own version of
same
the-
standards.
They had their own version of the Avengers. Granted, it didn't receive good reviews.
No, because when all of the shows when they did their own standalone, it was great. But when they finally did Defenders, I kind of felt like that was the most forced I've ever felt. Like I really liked Defenders when it was just like, they break down like Daredevil and Jessica Jones working together, like not everyone having to try to shoehorn everyone all in together. Except for that one fight scene in the office where they're all fighting together. I did like that.
They're really good at hallway scenes for some reason.
But
to find that.
But that was like those shows, all 4 of them by themselves. Well, okay, 3 of them by themselves could hold their water against anything. And then when you try to force them together, it didn't feel like I was watching comic book show. It just felt like I was watching something where they're like, "Hey, they're in the same neighborhood. Let's get them together."
Yeah, I completely agree. And plus, they only had like 6 episodes, whereas
Yeah.
each character had like 13
Eight.
episodes each, I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, and then so like you guys are gonna do a whole show with all 4 of them together and just give them 6 episodes. It felt forced and rushed, and yeah,
But
none of it's gonna happen.
did it feel like that was the Arrowverse for Marvel?
I feel like that's what they wanted to try to do, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
Flash, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl, which they inherited
And
from.
also,
Yes.
if we're talking about Arrowverse, they did do their crossover. They did do their Defenders crossover, but they do that for like one
Yeah.
yearly thing, like they did Crisis on Infinite Earths, which
That took way too long though. There was a
That
month.
was such a pain in the ass to watch, though.
Yeah, but like the Vandal Savage arc in what was it, season 3 of Arrow? With when they introduced
Yeah,
Hawks. Yeah.
3 or 4.
I think it was 4.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
season
I'm leaning
think
towards
it-
4.
then there was Dominators. The Dominator.
But the thing is, they did an annual crossover that was like one episode of each show or 1 or 2 episodes or whatever, but it didn't take away from
The character.
the character.
It also didn't screw up the story that was happening at
No.
the time either. It was always just that random, I'm gonna call it a filler, but it wasn't a filler. It was its own thing, but it
like a
never
side quest.
took away. Yeah.
Well,
So-
I like the one. There was one year that the Legends of Tomorrow wasn't involved in, and then like it cuts to a later episode of Legends of Tomorrow, and they're like, "Man, we shouldn't miss the crossover. We could really use their help."
Yeah.
But I was gonna say one more thing. There was,
One more thing.
but like I love the little gags they had, like the Crisis on Infinite Earths when Brandon Routh plays Superman,
Mhm.
and or like it was the year before when the Dominators and Supergirl looks at Brandon Routh and goes, "You look like my cousin who had played Superman in Superman Returns." So that was a fun little wink and a nod to that.
Yep. But they keep on producing it. I guess that's the main thing is
We're gonna keep on
we're
watching.
probably gonna keep on watching it.
But is it a chore or will we enjoy it is the real question.
Yeah.
Well, like Aquahung was saying, and everyone pretty much, as long as the quality is on point, I'm not gonna care how much they do. They could do 6 superhero movies a month, as long as the quality is good, and they don't try to just get this shit out and rush it, and rush it, and rush it, and rush it, and oh, we need to get this out, and they gotta sacrifice CGI budgets or writer budgets or like we can't get this guy in. Well, let's scheduling conflict for him. Let's just make this character boom. They get more time, and we don't know why. But yes, it all boils down to quality content.
Which, speaking of quality content, did you guys know Iron Fist had 3 seasons?
3 seasons?
No, it did.
It had 3
2
seasons.
seasons.
I didn't make it
2
through 3
seasons.
episodes.
Yeah, same.
I don't blame. I somehow managed to make myself watch all 2 seasons, and I regret it. I wish I had that time
I
back.
thought I saw 3 because I thought I finished season 2 and I was like, "There's a third."
Let's ask the genius in here. Hey Google, how many seasons of Iron Fist were there?
Iron Fist has 2 seasons.
Ah. Well, then I just
Prove me
swallowed
wrong.
through the second season. Didn't remember any of it.
You're thinking Iron Fist season 3 was the Defenders.
Yeah, and they had a great episode of Luke Cage and Danny Rand as the heroes for hire kind of thing. Like those two could make a show, like the buddy
Like
comedy
instead
kind
of
of thing.
doing a Defenders thing, they should have instead of doing a Defenders show where they forced everyone to team up, they could have done a show called Defenders, but have heroes for hire for like 2 or 3 episodes. Maybe Matt Murdock needs to work with Jessica Jones on a detective something. I would have loved like just seeing them not have to all be together for something, but maybe they're all building their own special cases on stuff, and then boom, then it builds into something that they all have to come together for.
Yeah.
Because it really did feel just too rushed for them for that.
Mhm.
Let me ask you a question. We're talking about oversaturation, this, that, and the other. I've been kind of curious about something. Are there any of the animated crossovers, and DC in particular, because I can't think of any Marvel ones off the top of my head, and I'm talking like, Batman, Scooby-Doo. Like, are there any of those that you would want to see live action? And do you think it would take away from the superhero genre, or would it introduce a new group of folks to watch it?
Like you're saying, if it's like Batman meets Scooby Doo, like if it's a
One of those
different
weird,
thing.
funky cartoon crossovers that's made for kids, but could be taken a different direction and make it for the broad audience.
Well, if you do that, let's say it is that Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo has met literally the Justice League and John Cena.
I was thinking John Cena.
So that means Peacemaker couldn't exist in the Scooby Doo Warner
it's
Brothers.
good. You just can't see him.
Yeah, John Cena isn't there. What do you think?
I mean, I think that could create like a fun universe if it was live action, because like Scooby Doo on Zombie Island, was it like really zombies? Was it Black Lanterns? You never know. Well,
How about a live action Teen Titans Go?
Oh, I would be down so fast.
Oh man.
God, no, thank you.
And they've met Young Justice, so they did a Teen Titans Go Young Justice crossover one time.
That they did,
They did.
and the Teen Titans were annoyed by them.
They were.
Wouldn't you be?
I'd watch it though.
I would
mean,
too.
Yeah.
Couple weekends ago, we watched the Batman Christmas.
A very Batman or something on Amazon Prime. There's a very Batman Christmas story where basically it's a story about Damian Wayne saving Christmas.
And
First ruining Christmas.
Luke
saving
Wilson.
Is it
Luke
the
Wilson
Scrooge
played Batman.
plotline?
Huh?
It's not the Scrooge version, is it?
No,
I have not
This-
seen the one.
just came out this year.
Okay, okay.
It got quietly released. Nobody knows about it. Check it out.
We'll do.
It's different. It's different. The art style is different. The voice acting is different. The story is different. But I think we had a good time watching the movie.
I think we were buzzed too.
That helped.
Hey, I did the same thing. I have not watched a single like King Kong or Godzilla movie, but I watched Godzilla versus Kong, and that was a fine standalone movie for me.
I heard Godzilla had some nice looking thighs in that movie.
He got some yams, bro. He got
That's
some
that boy.
yams.
That's what I heard.
You guys see -1 yet?
Have not, but I do want
Yeah,
to.
I really
Oh, you
wanted
got
to,
to.
but the theaters
I've seen
were-
it twice now.
They're against us. The theaters were they're not keeping him in there for long.
So we don't know what that is.
-1.
Yeah.
The
They
new,
don't know.
new
I
Godzilla
don't-
that came out.
It's
Oh.
Godzilla back to his roots, where he just fucks everything up.
Yep.
He's not a good guy. He just literally goes in and destroys shit.
Well, if he's
I
evil,
much
why don't they
prefer
call
him
him
as
I know there's
Godzilla?
more to it, but that's the rough
Oh.
premise.
Yeah.
But
You're right.
also the trailer for Godzilla -1. I was really getting some Jaws vibes watching that. I was like, man, this is
Yes.
A little bit.
That's
yeah.
my favorite
Oh,
scene
great.
from that movie. They had
Yeah.
like a Jaws-like scene, and it was awesome.
Did you
Godzilla
watch
as a villain just is awesome.
HK? Did you watch the Apple TV Monarch of Legacy or whatever?
I'm not caught up, but I'm like 3 or 4 episodes in.
Is it worth watching? I mean, compare it to actual like Kong VZ. Like, is it worth watching?
I think so. I like what I've seen so far. It focuses a lot on the humans, of course,
Yeah.
but you know, the kaijus that come out are pretty cool. You know,
Okay.
they do a pretty good job with it. Like because I was thinking like the CGI, the quality probably wouldn't be as good as the movies, but from what I've seen, it looks just as good. So,
Okay.
I think it's worth a watch. But you could give like it's kind of a slow burn. It starts off kind of slow. So, but you got Kurt Russell in it, so
It was supposed to be 91 and he looks 57. I'm just saying.
yeah, exactly. I'm like what?
So if me or Bat Drew were in that, would that make us Kaidru?
Oh my god.
But yeah, all in all, I think we definitely digested very far away from the topic. But I think I think Marvel's biggest problem is not the oversaturation. That's not the problem. The quality of this things coming out and the expectation of watch this if you want to understand this. Like the quality is because it's too many cooks that is hurting them. I think for DC, they just need to figure out like stick to a plan. Again, going back to quality. Let the directors cook. Let them cook. You hire them to do a job. Let them do the job, and stick with a storyline or whatever. And I don't know. What else can we add to that?
Keep
I mean-
executives out of it.
If the movie can't stand alone on itself, you probably shouldn't make it.
Simple as that.
Agreed.
Like if I can't go back and watch Ant-Man and the Wasp and be entertained
Yeah.
and enjoy without having to worry, well, how's this going to affect what happens with Thanos and blah blah blah. Like, no, let me look at it as a standalone movie, but also I can appreciate Endgame or whatever.
Make the standalone movies stand alone, and then when that's the
Yeah.
crossover and bring them together, make them
Yeah.
cohese and do the badassery. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah.
Or
And-
just all of it all together, keep them separate because
Yeah.
two of DC's biggest properties from the last 4 years, Batman and Joker, which are not connected to anything. It was awesome quality movies.
yes,
It's better
and
for
they
it,
were
for sure.
dark. They were
Yeah.
dark
Yes.
toned, like DC is supposed to be. It
Mhm.
wasn't this campy, goofy that I'm scared with gun, and I am.
It's fair. I think, yeah, DC could. I think they were trying to differentiate themselves from Marvel in the beginning. You know, like with Man of Steel and stuff, it wasn't the same vibe as Marvel. But then they're like, oh, look how good Marvel's doing. We gotta like copy them, and then they half-assed both parts, so it's like neither dark enough and neither comedy enough, and then you just got this weird mishmash of garbage.
And then the
Yeah.
past 2 years, it's like all the executives from both sides just got in the same room and said, "Let's make shitty movies."
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
Truce. It's a truce.
And at the same time, like, and they'll still pay us for them.
yeah.
They're like the normies are going to watch it either way.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then here we are. We're still paying for most of this stuff.
But we're not happy about it.
I mean, but at the same time, I want to support the movies so that they'll continue making them. I just want them to make them
Better.
better.
I think it's going to take all of us nerds collectively to like have the wherewithal to, okay, we know that y'all screwed this up. We're all not going to watch this movie, so you know you're going to have to do better. Kind of like some of us did with Fantastic Four Stick, the remake,
Mhm.
Or like a small minority did with Release the Snyder Cut.
which would be
Just a small minority.
Well, the very loud and aggressive minority.
which was made fun of in the Barbie movie over the summer, which I laughed at hilariously.
Was it?
It's made fun of in Harley Quinn and The Boys.
Yeah, I mean,
I've not paid attention.
I was a Zack Snyder stan for his Justice League and his vision for the DCEU, but not as bad as some people have been. Jeez. Well, guys,
All right, guys, what's your opinion on streaming and how it's affecting superhero movies? Anyway, I'm Hokey Joker,
I'm still Green Lantern.
and our special guests.
Flash Man.
And Aquaham.
Anyway, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please let us know what you think about these streaming services. As always, cheers.
Do it! Just do it! So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! What are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it!